Two more. These are a fine pitch thread, they're going into metal. I say that to help myself remember as much as remind you. So that's taken the front fairing off. One thing you've got to be really careful of when you're working on these old bikes is that your handlebar moth is properly located. Now this one's moved a little bit, it's in about the right position, but we do need to just make sure it stays exactly there when we put this back on. There's nothing about handlebar moths in the manual actually, so I'm really glad to have had the opportunity to share this with you, because it's quite rare that you get an opportunity to adjust your handlebar moth. I'm going to put this chap or lady out. I'm not that good with identifying moths. Put it outside and let it be on its way. Sorry moth that we've disturbed you. So a few other things to work on here. This is just flapping about in the breeze, which it probably shouldn't be. I'm guessing, maybe I'm wrong, I'm guessing it goes on there. Maybe it doesn't. No, maybe it goes on. There's a tab under there actually. It looks like it goes in there, so that's something to address. We've got the brake fluid reservoir under here, so this just sort of comes off, moves forward a bit, so I can get to that to change the brake fluid. Lubricate those. Certainly lubricate that. The cable, throttle cables as well. Although actually that's spinning okay. That's not too bad. But nonetheless, while we're here, give it a bit of oil. Put that shroud back over there where it should be. Yeah, keep going. Probably gathered that one on the other side was stuck. So, no, that one isn't. Interesting. Just that one then. So as with the other pieces, it was actually the painted plastic fairing that came off, and this was just a little slide spring there over the bulb holder. So this is our opportunity to follow the brake line up, have a good look at it. But what I'm really worried about is all this. This is really quite crusty, so that's going to need a bit of a clean off, just so I can find out whether it's surface crusty or whether it's a bit more structural than that and it actually needs a new yoke. I hope it doesn't, but we'll have to find out. This brake hose looks fine. Follow it all the way up. That's the release for the seat, so we can lubricate that cable while we're at it. Just slide that down and put some, or maybe undo it there, not sure. That looks like some connectors have been bypassed. That looks like that has been chopped out of there. Is that one? I think it might be. Can't see any extra wires hanging everywhere, so I presume that's what's happened there. Okay, so that needs cleaning up. What I'll probably do is if I can take the mudguard off. That's going to need to come off for doing that fork leg, so that I don't sand the paint on the mudguard. So I'll probably take the mudguard off, although if it's bolted in there the bolts are probably super crusty. But I'll try taking it off, and that'll give us a better look at that, and it'll also give me a better opportunity to get to this. I don't really like getting the WD-40 on the paintwork, but it's not in an area that can be seen, and I'm not sure we have a great deal of option really, because we need to get this off. I'm guessing they're going to be 10s. They are 10s, but because they're so crusty, they might need a bit of persuasion. Blimey. I did not expect it to be so easy, but let's not be too hasty. We've got 2 more to go. That one is not in such great condition, but it came out. Oh well. 2 out of 3 ain't bad. Hoping to be able to use one of my plastic, one of my plastic trim tools to lever this out, but let's have a look. I think what's happened is that the metal sleeve inside the mudguard is rusted. Oh, excuse me, is rusted onto the bolt, and so it's not turning. So that's why I'm just moving it from side to side gently. There we go. So as predicted, you can see the metal sleeves have stayed in on those two, but that one was completely rusted to the bolt. So now we can get a better look at the yoke. Doesn't look great, does it? Just create a little pile of rust on the floor. Underneath though, I think it's probably going to be okay. What I do want to do is just see if I can get these bits off. So that's the tab for the brake hose, and it goes round to here as well with the speedo. Just so I can, when I'm applying the rust treatment, so it goes on the whole yoke, that is going to mean I'm going to need to take this bolt out. So I might get my impact gun for that. And I'm also going to spray it quite well first. So yeah, and then we've got to obviously get that out from under there. So I'm going to leave that to soak for much longer in some penetrating oil. I might be able to put some more grips on that sleeve and just undo the whole thing, or it might be much more of a pig, requiring drilling, tapping, all sorts of business. Anyway, let's find out. Don't know whether you could tell, but that actually moved then, so this might be, well, let's not be too hasty, eh? It's been soaking in penetrating fluid for probably a week actually since I last worked on this, so hopefully that's done something. Looks like it might be undoing, and if all I have to buy is a new collar for this, then I'll be very happy. There we go. Finally it's out. That's a good result. The penetrating oil, well, may or may not have done its job there, but in any case something's happened and we've got that one out. So I just need to find a new sleeve. Not sure if it's a taper or if it's a straight sleeve. I'll measure the mudguard and then take it from there.